right, folks, we are live. I'm Jason Bermas, sitting in for just a couple of segments for Alex Jones, and we're going to do a Bermas News Blitz here in the next 15 or so minutes. I really want to cover Australia and UK news because both of these countries are going to be participating in this NLE 09 exercise, and this is really a nexus point. All right, we know that Obama wants a civilian national security force as large as the actual army, as well funded, as well manned. Well, now Paul Rudd, who is the Prime Minister over in Australia, wants the same thing. A civilian corps manned by everyday Australians to help out in war zones and natural disasters is set to be announced by Prime Minister Kevin Rudd in Perth on Wednesday. Now, they already have these brute force squads. And I'm going to be playing videos of those tonight on my program on the Info Warrior from 9 to midnight. And I've got to probably vet it for language because international TV is always a little bit different. But basically they have these cops in black uniforms and they just patrol the streets as the tough guys. They're in the tough zones. So they're militarizing the police, and then they're saying, no, we need the civilian corps as well. So they're creating another military-like force outside of the police force, which they're already militarizing. And remember, Australia is going to be big in this NLE 09 exercise, where a terrorist attack happens somewhere outside of the United States. We would assume it will be either in the UK, Mexico, Canada, or Australia, because those are the countries that are participating. But what else is really interesting is that both the UK, leaders within the UK, and Australia are also calling for massive population reductions. All right? We covered this one right here a few weeks ago on the Alex Jones Show and on my program. UK population must fall to 30 million, says Porritt. And Jonathan Porritt is one of Gordon Brown's leading green advisors. Remember, Gordon Brown, member of the World Sustainability Society, and the word sustainability means you have to die. That's what it means. You have to be controlled. You have to have a one-child policy. You have to be sterilized. That's what sustainability means when these people talk about it. How else are they going to take a population of 70 million people, which is what the UK has, and bring it down to 30 million by, I think, 2020? No, I'm sorry, 2031? I mean, unbelievable. But other people within this World Sustainable Society here are calling for the same thing in Australia. Australia should consider having a one-child policy to protect the planet. An environmental lobby group says Sustainable Population Australia, remember it's all about sustainability, says slashing the world's population is the only way to avoid environmental suicide. See, some of you are going to have to die, or we're all going to die. We're going to kill the planet. That's the propaganda, folks. And National President Sandra Kank wants Australia's population of almost 22 million reduced to 7 million to tackle climate change. Folks, that's a 67% reduction. That's 2 out of 3 of you. Done. Do you get it? Sustainability means killing people. That's what it means. It means killing people. Ted Turner gets on there and he's like, global warming's because there's too many people. And it keeps going like this. They're going to all die, and then the ones that are left over are going to be in a cannibal society. And the bottom line is we need a sustainable population. It's too many people, Charlie Rose. Too many. It's propaganda on another level, folks, where they're trying to make you guilty for eating, breathing, being a human being, driving an SUV. In Europe, they're pumping the propaganda that Americans use too much toilet paper. Our two-ply is worse than SUVs that gas guzzle and emit evil carbon dioxide, even though we ran this story last night on the Info Warrior. Singapore researchers at the Institute of Bioengineering and Nanotech have devised a way to convert carbon dioxide into clean-burning biofuel methanol using a safe, non-toxic process. Has mankind defeated the final boss of global warming? If this is true, it will go nowhere because folks, they're saying that too many trees are causing global warming now. It's all about a taxation, a carbon emissions control grid where they can go after corporations that aren't part of the ballgame, people that aren't going along with the program, and then they can tax the populace on top of it. It's the Alex Jones Show. We'll be back after this. PrisonPlanet.tv, Infowars.com.